In the valley of the Andes Mountains, at the foot of the Red Ridge, there was an old train station near our village. Built in the 1910s during the reign of King Eduardo IV, the station was part of the Lima-Guayaquil Railway, constructed with the help of German engineers and local workers. The station operated until the 1980s but was abandoned due to erosion risks. For nearly 40 years, no trains passed on its rusted tracks, and no passengers came or went. However, Santiago, the station's night watchman, continued to keep watch every night. The villagers believed that old Santiago had lost his mind. He insisted that trains arrived at the station every night, with ghostly passengers in white shrouds disembarking and boarding. No one believed him, dismissing his tales as the ramblings of a madman. As a child, I had been saved from danger by Santiago, and he always greeted me with a joyful smile. One night, out of curiosity and gratitude, I decided to visit the cursed station to see Santiago. In the pitch-black darkness, with the eerie rustling of trees and the ominous hooting of owls, I entered the abandoned station. I found Santiago holding a gas lamp, checking the twisted and partially broken tracks. When he saw me, he smiled and repeated his usual phrase, "They will come, who will come?" "Ghosts?" I asked. He replied seriously, "This station is the last stop for those who did not complete their journey. The train takes them away, but what you will see may frighten you." Despite my fear, I stayed to witness what would happen. Hours passed, and I grew tired of waiting. Just as I was about to leave, a light appeared at the end of the tracks. An old steam train silently approached the station. As I watched in amazement, a group of people in white robes disembarked. Their faces were pale and flat, with hollow eye sockets. Santiago whispered, "Look closely at them. These passengers are the ones who have been completely forgotten." I recognized a woman crying. It was Valeria, our first neighbor in San Jose, who had died in an accident 25 years ago. I remembered her inviting children to taste her guava and mango syrups. Filled with a mix of fear and sorrow, I called out to her, "Valeria, what are you doing here?" She looked at me sorrowfully. "I've been forgotten by everyone who knew me, including you. I will leave when the train departs because there's no meaning left in being remembered." I reached out to hug her, but felt only emptiness. The train's steam whistle blew, and the passengers began to board. Before leaving, Valeria thanked me for remembering her. The train departed. And as the steam dissipated, the station returned to its original state. There was no train, no passengers, only Santiago smoking his cigarette and looking at the sky. Tears filled my eyes as I asked Santiago, "Was this real?" He smiled faintly. "The only real thing is that we live on in the memories of others. Death is just the beginning, but being forgotten is the true end." Months later, I learned that Santiago had fallen seriously ill. Visiting him, I took his hands and repeated his words, "Yes, Santiago, they will come." Understanding his message, I prepared for my new mission. Knowing that the forgotten would come every night for their final journey, I vowed to be there with a gas lamp and a whistle, ensuring they were remembered.